And welcome back to the PD Football Podcast. My name is Presh.
My name is Arnav.
And how are you doing today?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm pretty great. Although some piece of shit spoiled the latest episode of Invincible. Not for me, because I watched the episode already, but I logged onto Instagram and just a gigantic scumbag just posted like the most hectic scene from that episode on Instagram story, and I thought, wow, just a piece of shit. There's no other way around it.
Sounds like a cool guy to me.
Oh, a cool guy. Why is that?
Because that scene was pretty cool.
Oh,
there was a lot of aura in that scene.
And there's nobody who's allowed to go and watch it for the first time. You had to spoil it.
Hey man, when I posted
and
it,
the person is him, by the way.
Thanks for clarifying.
If you don't know already, I'm just clarifying. Yeah, just what a fucking Jesus. Okay,
it was the best.
Defend yourself.
It was the best moment, bro. And when I posted it, it was like later in the day, so people had time to watch it too. So
no, he didn't. It was like 7 o'clock in the evening.
But that was throughout. There was a whole day that happened. The episode dropped at 9 a.m.
If I go to work, I'm back at by 6.
Okay, I don't post. I don't post for you, bro. I don't post whenever time is convenient for you.
If there's people that going to work, going to school,
that's not my business.
Whatever reason, you just issue, just posting spoilers full stop is a bad thing. You on the day of release, you know how ridiculous that is.
I'm gonna do it for Dune 3 too.
That's ridiculous. Somebody needs to confiscate your phone. To be honest with you, you can't be. You're not an adult. You're too childish.
Guy ambulance.
Okay, so you want to get into the first game? Liverpool 0, PSG 2. PSG go through 4-0 on aggregate.
Woo! 4-0, you know. That's crazy. How about that, bro? How much did you spend on the summer for your team?
450 million.
Million? So almost $500 million.
Nearly.
And PSG beat you 4-0, huh?
They did.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
And how much did PSG's team cost?
Hey, man.
So it doesn't matter. It's only we the only ones who pay transfer fees.
You guys won the league, and then
we the only ones who pay money for things. Everyone else, they get their players for free. You broke the British transfer
record twice for 2 players.
No, PSG aren't the richest team in the world.
No, you didn't break the British record for twice. Okay.
I'm just pointing out the fact.
I'm pointing out the fact that you man have lost 4-0 and lost in a quarter-final. Not even make it to a semi-final. Bro, your club is dusted as we know it with this manager.
All right. And in the next segment, we're going to be talking about Man United because Man United obviously were in the Champions League and they won their tie. Right? That's what I'm assuming happened. That's why you're talking shit right now. Okay. Anyway,
I can't say anything.
So Liverpool made 5 changes to the team that beat Fulham on the weekend, with Kirkes coming in for Robertson at left back, Gravenberch and McAllister coming in for Curtis Jones and Rio Ngamoa. Then up top, Isaac and Ekatike came in for Salah and Gakpo. Slot also changed formation to a 4-4-2 with a diamond in midfield, and from the beginning of the season this is what I assumed he would be playing based on the signings we made, but this is the first time Slot has tried it. Now, I'm not a manager, I'm not an expert, but maybe it's not the best idea to try out a new system in the quarterfinal of the Champions League.
Yeah, you think?
Against the reigning champions.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
No doubt.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not an expert.
That sounds pretty logical. Eh?
I don't want to step out of my lane here and say something outrageous, but I just don't think that was the best idea. Anyway, on the other hand, we've been dog shit all season, so perhaps trying something new was the right decision. Who's to say?
Maybe you should have gone to something that actually worked in the season that you've had. Like when you won in Italy. Can't remember.
Okay, we'll get to that just now, right? Because I think we did do something.
Regardless, you've won like a handful of games this season.
Okay. At least we didn't have a 40-game season, losing the first hurdle of the FA Cup and the League Cup. No. Yeah.
Just
40-game season, people are talking shit. Imagine what kind of world are we living in where that's the case,
too, just to bring it back, the manager also dropped both goal scorers, which is a pretty crazy change to make when you go from Fulham against PSG, so another mistake me personally would not have.
Rio was never going to start the game. He's just too inexperienced. He's good off the bench. He can add fresh legs when the fullback is tired. right?
That's a fine argument, but he came on way too late.
The second thing is Isaac could only last 45 minutes. So Slot was saying, to put myself in Slot's boots, I'm saying he said, okay, let me play Isaac for the first 45. I'll play Salah for the second 45 because if we go to extra time, Salah will be able to play the extra time while Isaac wouldn't be able to. He'd have to substitute again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there is a type of logic to it, although I disagree with it. I think he should have just started Salah and had Isaac on the bench. There's no reason to, like use him or overuse him. There's no need for that.
You could have just used him in a different 45-minute game.
Yes, he didn't need to play against PSG. If we lost, we lost. If Isaac is not fit enough, then he's not fit enough. There's nothing we can do about it.
You're very passionate about Isaac, huh?
I like him.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying...
He is Premier League proven, so...
Okay. PSG, who I just want to remind you, didn't have a game this weekend because the French Federation moved their match, by the way, against the wishes of the club they were playing against, so that PSG would have time to recover for the second leg. And they played an unchanged team to what they played last week against us.
What do you want me to say about that?
There's nothing. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not allowed to point out facts.
Can you talk about Wirtz? That's what I want to know.
What about him?
How was his performance that night?
I thought he was quite poor.
Again,
yes. I'm happy to label him as a flop. That being said, I would like to see him under a better manager or a manager that utilizes him in a better way first before we can totally label him a flop. Because right now you could argue that it's Slot's fault. It's not Wirtz's fault.
Could you see the Wirtz player playing nicely under Klopp?
I think Wirtz would play as like a false nine under Klopp, and his like little touches and like space interpreting would be used well there. And that's where I thought Wirtz would play when we first signed him. And then we went on to sign 2 centre forwards after that. So, clearly I was wrong with that. But yeah, what did you think of Wirtz?
For me, I think he's also a flop, but he's been so inconsistent the whole season. With a manager like Xabi Alonso, he could probably get the best out of him too. But I think it's Slot that's the real fraud at the moment. He's making every player in your team look bad. And on this game as well, Hugo Ekitike got an injury too.
Yes, well, we'll get to that. We kind of we go sequentially. We don't just jump around here.
Okay.
All right.
Just talking about the fraudulent behaviour happening at your football club.
So, interestingly, like the second leg of the Galatasaray game, we were pressing high, but not particularly aggressively, and yet it worked out a few times. We turned the ball over in midfield, but unfortunately couldn't do anything with it. So, the point of pressing is that when you turn over the ball, you break quickly to take advantage of the other team not being ready to defend. But our attack was so lethargic that our pressing was for nothing. PSG had so much time to regroup and defend after every time we won the ball. On the other hand, PSG were pressing us like crazy, and I was kind of shocked that we held onto the ball quite decently. We did lose the ball a few times, but we really held on to it better than PSG did. Yeah. In my opinion.
Okay, that's fair enough. Definitely in the second half.
I think this is from the first half, though.
Okay.
I was really impressed in the first half with
you're just
retaining the ball.
Okay, right.
Which
I think PSG came. They just needed to settle down. Happened in the second half. They just relaxed, and then they got their first goal, their second goal. They got their first and second goals off counter attacks, and then yeah. So I think it was just letting PSG settle into the game.
But us having possession?
Yeah. They were just not settled coming away from home. But I also think, you guys played well for the second half.
So then Ekitike gets a nasty injury off the ball. I'm not sure what it is specifically, and I'm not like
tendon.
Okay, whatever.
That is 9 months minimum.
So I read that it's one of the worst injuries you can get, and there's nothing else to say other than praise up for Hugo Ekitike.
Definitely, what a player, missing the World Cup now too.
Yes, but I don't think he would have started, but he could have played a role at the World
Cup. Definitely, he's too good not to.
Any other thoughts on this situation up until this part
For Atletico.
of the game? Just anything you want to say so far? This is about the 30th minute.
What a crazy season you guys are having now. Out trophyless in these competitions because of your manager. What's the verdict on him?
Okay, that's just an entirely new question. I was saying
on the game itself.
I would point out that Isaac and Ekatike played once together in a previous game, and in that previous game they broke Isaac's leg. So it's just like these guys cannot play together, otherwise somebody gets horrifically injured. I don't know what it is that's like the anti-chemistry between them that's causing this, but yeah.
The world's just not ready for it.
Yeah. So Salah comes on and immediately creates a huge chance for Kerkez that Kerkez can't take advantage of. It's a terrific save from the keeper, who before the tie I thought would be the weak point in PSG's system, but he was very good throughout the whole tie. That's the last thing to note in the first half. The keeper was kind of fantastic, over both legs.
Yeah, he didn't concede anything.
Well, it's not about just conceding,
but he was also just confident on the ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like claiming crosses, smothering the ball when it comes at him. He was very good at all the basics.
Being a disturbance as well in the box, and just being an overall good keeper.
Yeah. So then the second half continues the dynamic of the first half with us attacking in quotation marks, because we're just getting some half chances, nothing concrete. The best chance is from another Salah cross that Kerkez puts wide. Kerkez is extremely wasteful. That being said, he's a left back. I'm not looking for goals from my left back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's getting into the positions. So.
It's good that he's getting into those positions. We just need to take it a step further and, make use of those positions. Then a penalty is given and then overturned for a potential foul on McAllister. I personally thought it was a soft one, so in the end, no penalty was the correct decision for me. What did you think about that penalty?
I agree. It was also no penalty, but also McAllister in this game was also playing a very bad game too. He was just misplacing passes, and he was getting tackled and fouled most of the 90, which was making you lose the ball a lot. So he's just had a horrible season too.
Around the 70th minute, Dembele scored with an excellent finish. Very little could be done to stop that goal because of the precision of the finish, and it completely takes the wind out of Liverpool, because after this everything becomes half-hearted.
There was a chance before this one where he went over the bar. That was in the first half. Yeah, that was a crazy chance as well. If he scored that, plus this next one, he could have been on a brace.
It wasn't a crazy chance.
But he could have finished it.
It's possible, but he was on the swivel. There was so many factors against him. It's not outrageous that he missed, because...
Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying he could have had a hat-trick in this game if he was more clinical. That's my point.
I could say that about Kerkez. I could say that about any player that
he
got
had
chances.
the clear-cut chances.
No, he didn't. That's what I'm trying to say. He got chances. I'm not disagreeing with that, but clear-cut chances that should be a goal. No ways.
In that 90 minutes.
He scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
And you're saying he should have got a hat-trick.
Based
on that one.
But on that first one, yeah.
Then I disagree.
All right.
You need to have several chances if you want to claim.
Okay.
He just had one chance that he missed. Okay. Anyway, after the 90th minute, Dembele scores again and buries the tie, 2-0. Any comments?
That was that goal was crazy, because I didn't even see how your players became out of position with that. It was just kind of so fast where they were open down the wing. They passed it to Dembele, and Dembele had a one tap and then a finish.
Well, it's because no one was getting back, because they were extremely tired. It's the 90th minute, and apparently Slot's training regime is pretty poor, so they struggle in the latter stages of games. So after the 80th minute, they really struggle. So them not getting back to defend properly, I think, is the cause of the goal, not PSG's brilliance or Enrique's tactics.
So would you say both goals you conceded were on Slot?
No, the first goal, like I said, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
They played very well. They got the ball in their half, They played it well through the field, and Dembele finished very well. There's nothing you can do about that. It's just one of those goals that you just have to give it up for the other team and play your football so you can overturn it. But why do you say that?
I'm thinking you guys had a week to do this, prepare for this game. You had Fulham on the weekend.
So we didn't have a week.
Okay, whatever, right? My point is you had match fitness too. PSG didn't have match fitness because they weren't playing a game.
You can spin it any way you want.
Fine.
They didn't have a game, so they were extremely fresh.
Yeah, fine.
I could say that.
Fine. Like, I could say United need a game every week to maintain match fitness, because if we don't have a game in 30 minutes...
I agree with what you're saying.
Right. Fine, right? But I'm also saying, like, PSG have always been the best team in the world, right? So
not always.
Well, okay, this season.
Last season
and this season too. So they were going to always create chances and have their big chances. So you guys were never going to... You guys have been bored this season as well.
Yeah.
So they were always going to beat you. And...
Yeah.
Wait. And the way you guys went into this game with no preparation, as if, there was no plan. You went into something experimenting with this, and it was just... He got it all wrong from the start again. So I'm just saying, on your manager, he has no clue what he's doing, bro. None.
Well, I disagree. In this match, this may have been our best performance of the season.
Okay.
It's just that we came up against a much better opponent, so we couldn't take advantage of it. The pressing we did, the work off the ball, it was extremely well done. His plan was obviously to go defend at the Parc des Princes, lose or draw, get a low scoring loss, come to Anfield and then play them off the park. That was his plan.
That's such a negative mentality.
I agree. That's bad.
Yeah.
I'm against this coach, but to say that he didn't have a plan is just not true. He had a plan. He tried something out. It didn't work. If he had taken more time to work on it over a number of months, then this would have worked out. Perhaps played Gakpo as a centre forward, as a placeholder for Isaac until Isaac came back. He could have taken one of the youth players maybe and done that. He could have, got them ready in the system so everyone understands the system. And then we could have used this now. But the fact that he only just did it for this game only is very disconcerting. Yeah, you were saying?
Okay. He's been in this job for 2 years now.
Yes.
And last season, you knew exactly what your starting 11 was and how the best brand of football you play is, right? That's how you won the league.
Sure.
This game, everything was thrown away from what you know about this manager, right? There was nothing familiar about last season the way you're playing now.
Like what? We were pressing.
Okay, it's not about pressing, but I'm saying you guys were playing a lot better last season, right? Obviously.
Sure.
And the way you guys are playing now is a lot more possessive.
Yes.
Right. He has completely changed the identity of your football club.
That's fine. He's the coach. He's allowed to do that. It's just he's not doing it at a good level. That's the problem.
At the standards.
Yes, he's allowed to change the style of play to whatever he wants. He can play however he wants. He's in charge, right? We have to back the manager in that. But we have to back the manager in the style of play. We don't have to back the manager in terms of results. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he's getting a bad result, we can point out, hey, you mismanaged this game, right?
Yeah.
But when the manager says, I want to play like this, we just have to do... The only thing we can do is just get behind him and say, okay, I may disagree with it, but this is what we've chosen to play, so we have to back it.
You got you're very stern like that.
What do you mean stern?
I don't know. You're just quite stern like that.
I think you're misusing that word.
I think you're pointing in one way, bro.
Okay. But lastly, just to tie this up, I maintain that PSG are the best team in the world right now. At some point last week, I deluded myself into thinking we had a chance. And with the way we've been playing all season, all I can say is at least we put up a fight in this game. Last week, we played a back three and parked the bus, which was extremely embarrassing. The only good thing I can say about this game is we didn't get embarrassed.
Yeah, but you guys could have easily got embarrassed if PSG had their shooting boots on in both ties.
So,
well. But I hear you.
You make this point all the time. It's like if they get a chance, they should have scored.
They should have.
And when we get a chance, but it was just one chance. Who cares? Any chance another team gets, they should have scored. Any chance we get, it's whatever. That's what you do. So yeah, if they scored every chance, of course they would have won.
I hear
You're
you.
right.
I hear
You're
you.
right.
I hear you.
If every team
And if
scored,
the best team in the world, they should be scoring all those chances.
no, the best team in the world can't score every chance.
But they should be scoring more chances than they're missing.
I think they did. They scored 4 goals against us.
Yeah, but like in that first half, it would have been crazy if they put the sum away, like more away. Okay, let's move on to Bayern Munich and Real Madrid.
Yes.
That's how many losses is that now this season for Liverpool?
For Liverpool,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you guys are out of all comps now.
It's like a record number, I'm pretty sure.
Trophyless again, ole ole.
All right. Are you happy?
Yes.
Bayern Munich 4, Real Madrid 3. Bayern Munich progressed 6-4 on aggregate. So getting into the team news, Bayern Munich made 9 changes to the team that thrashed St. Pauli 5-0, with only Neuer, Leimer, Kimmich and Oli staying in the team. So I don't watch Bayern week to week, but they lined up in a 4-2-3-1, which I assume is their usual formation. I really have no idea.
Yeah, I don't watch Bayern Munich either.
Okay. Then Real Madrid made 4 changes to the team that drew a Girona last week Friday, with Trent Alexander-Arnold coming in for Carvajal, Rudiger in for Raul Asensio, Ferland Mendy in for Fran Garcia, and Arda Güler came in for Camavinga. And they lined up in a 4-3-3. And I have watched Real Madrid this season, and that is their usual, formation and style of play.
So going into this game, Madrid have lost their 3 games back to back. And
No, they drew on the weekend.
Okay.
Just, you mean they didn't win?
Yeah, they haven't won. And Bayern have got unbeaten in the Champions League at the Allianz
Okay.
until this point. No, they won. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they were going on. They're still unbeaten.
sure.
Yeah.
Mm,
Which is why I think they're going to win the Champions League.
are you saying that? You putting that on the record?
Yeah, I was saying it in October. Why not put it on the record now?
You believed Bayern Munich are going to win the Champions League?
Yes.
Okay. I think PSG are going to embarrass them next week, or not, whenever they play, and PSG are going to win the Champions League back-to-back. Yeah.
I don't see why not, but I hope Bayern win it now because I think they've played the best football.
So I had a small nap before the game started, and I slightly overslept, so I missed the first 10 minutes, which is usually fine, but in this game 2 goals had been scored in that time. And watching the highlights at halftime, the first goal is a huge mistake from Manuel Neuer. He's out of his goal and he passes it straight to Arda Güler, who lobs him and scores.
It's
1-0.
a crazy finish from the camera angle from behind because it curls around him. So
I saw it.
it's a great goal.
It's a very good goal. Very good shot. There's really nothing to analyze or discuss about that one. It's just a brain fart that happens to players from time to time. So yeah, 1-0 to Madrid.
The next time that happened and they passed it to Neuer, he booted it out. He cleared his line so far, went past the halfway line. So
Then Bayern's first goal came from a corner, and they must have done their homework on Lunin, who's Madrid's backup keeper, because he was extremely poor at claiming crosses. They just happened to score with their first one, but every single time there was a corner, he looked very suspect. If Kimmich's delivery was a little bit more on point, they could have scored at least one more goal. 1-1 now.
on the corner, it was straight. It curled straight from the corner all the way onto his head top, and the keeper just had no chance of actually getting.
Yeah,
to
because he didn't move.
it was crazy. It was
if the keeper was more proactive, I think he would have saved that.
definitely. It was a great,
or at
equalizer,
least
though.
punched it out of there.
It was a great cross, fantastic cross. It found that man so easily.
I'm disagreeing. I'm thinking the keeper was at fault.
To not claim it.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
don't think it was that good a delivery.
I'm more pleased about the fact that it was able to find that man. So
I think if it's
consistently.
possible for the keeper to claim it,
He should have.
it's not the best cross. The best or a great cross is somewhere where the keeper it's too far for them to claim it, and it's out of the defender's reach.
It's just like in a dangerous area. Look, I hear that, but I'm just more impressed with the precision of the cross per se.
All right, fair enough. In terms of patterns of play, the game really only followed one pattern, and that is Bayern had all the possession and constantly applied pressure to Madrid's goal, and then Madrid sat deep and played on the counter. So in my opinion, this is the coward's approach to football. It's understandable if you're a small team with substandard players, but if you're a big club, and especially Real Madrid, the supposed biggest club in the world, you should be playing front foot attacking football. But again, this is just my opinion. The only club that kind of gets away with this is Atletico Madrid, and I don't know why that is.
On that, I do agree that they should be attacking, but when you look at the actual game and the circumstances, they could only sit back and defend and counter attack with Vinicius and Mbappe there on that side.
What do you mean that's the only thing?
That would be like a counter with those two players up top is very dangerous because it's so unbeatable, right?
Well, it was beaten. We're speaking about a game where it was beaten.
Right. But you understand what I'm saying.
I understand. They're very potent on the counter attack.
Very dangerous.
Yes.
So the approach is, especially when you're going up against this team that's not been beaten at the Allianz Arena, it's hard to apply an attacking brand of football.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A big team should have an identity.
Definitely, right. And
the fact that they don't have an identity.
Klopp, Liverpool, Pep City, they all would have the ball there, yeah.
The fact that they don't have an identity is what's honestly some loser shit to me.
Facts.
They should get a much better coach than Arbeloa because he's out of his depth. Again, just my opinion. But yeah. For the next goal, Real Madrid were incorrectly awarded a free kick because it was a dive from Brahim Diaz, and then Arda Güler scored from it. Not the best free kick in the world, but Neuer misreads the flight of the ball. 2-1 to Madrid. Now, after the game, some Madrid fans were complaining that the referee was biased against them. But in my opinion, this was the only mistake the referee made, and it was in their favour. So they have no leg to stand on in this case.
I wasn't paying attention to the foul, but I did see the free kick. It was pretty sick. It went past the two man's heads on the wall, just went through it and then went top corner like that. I know the keeper was close there, but it's just a great precision free kick. On the foul though, Madrid fans are always going to find a way to make it about them and why it wasn't against them. You know what I mean? So,
but I feel like that's every fan base.
Yeah.
But yeah, Madrid are particularly bad. Then the build-up for the next goal wasn't special at all. It was just one pass through the middle to Kane, who finished well. However, the reason that this goal happened is that Trent Alexander-Arnold was ball watching and gave Kane acres of space to operate in. Now it's 2-2. I'm obviously a Liverpool fan, so I'm praying for Trent Alexander-Arnold's downfall, but I didn't expect him to be this bad. He had one very good cross to Mbappe, but in terms of defense, he was at the scene of the crime at least 3 times in the lead up to a Bayern opportunity. His attacking numbers just don't justify his defensive ones, in my opinion.
But this is what Liverpool fans were saying for a long time as well. But even before he went to Madrid, he's horrible defensively. But he makes up for it in the attacking positions.
Yes, and I'm saying now,
yeah.
He just isn't doing that even.
Yeah.
He's not getting forward enough, and when he does, it's one cross a game. You can't be.
What a game from Luis Diaz though as well. On that side, he was having a crazy game against Trent.
Yeah, but that was a point I made a few weeks ago that Trent is such a bad defender, Luis Diaz is going to have his way with him. Now, Luis Diaz looks better than he actually is, and, you know...
There's been shouts of Luis Diaz winning the Ballon d'Or.
Who shouted that?
Lots of fans.
No, nobody said that, bruh. Be serious. Even Bayern fans are like, Kane should win it. Nobody has said Luis Diaz should win the Ballon d'Or. You're just saying that because he left Liverpool.
I've been seeing it.
So you have this agenda that losing Luis Diaz is our problem. Losing Diaz was not the problem.
It was not replacing him, yes.
We got a very good deal for him. He's 28 years old. So, it was fine. The problem is we didn't replace him adequately. We assumed Gakpo would be able to take over the reins, and he hasn't. So,
I mean, it's quite noticeable that Gakpo hasn't taken over the reins, You could see the difference between Gakpo and Diaz.
To be fair, Diaz was playing kind of a false nine at times last season. He wasn't always on the wing, but, Yeah. I guess Wirtz was the Diaz replacement, and that's gone very poorly. Yeah. The next goal comes from one long through ball that isolates Vinicius 1v1 against the right back Stanisic. Two other Bayern players get back, and all three are on Vinicius instead of marking the space. Due to this, Mbappe gets a free run at the keeper. And I say a free run, but Upamecano was marking him. Mbappe was just way too fast and got away from him, and then slots past Neuer. 3-2 to Madrid at halftime. What do you think of that goal?
That was crazy, unexpected. I'm so impressed with Vinicius to actually find that pass, because most of the time Mbappe, from what I've seen, hasn't gone through the centre. So that ball through the centre put Mbappe through, and then he was just able to slot it away. And it was such a clean finish as well. It went in through Neuer's legs as well. So, and for Madrid to be 3-2 up in a game where they Bayern have never been beaten at halftime is a crazy result. It's 4-4 on aggregate at this point.
It was balanced on a knife's edge. It was
Crazy.
very, like I was saying. Oh, sorry, carry on.
Either team could have gone through at that point.
Sure.
Yeah.
The second half kind of passes by without much incident, except that Trent pass to Mbappe, which I mentioned already. That was until the 86th minute when Camavinga was sent off for a second yellow card. He was given that card because he picked up the ball and ran away with it. An extremely silly and avoidable booking. That's just, I don't know.
I thought it was just misconduct or something like that.
No, he picked up the ball and delayed their restart. So he stopped them from counter-attacking. And yeah,
that's crazy.
Very petulant. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary because Madrid had players back. Losing a man is partly why they lost the game. 100%. They lost control of the midfield when he went off. But 3 minutes later, Luis Diaz played a 1-2 with Musiala and then scored from a deflected shot. It was deflected, so the keeper couldn't do anything about it, but I think allowing the shot was down to Madrid losing concentration after defending for so long. 3-3.
This was a long shot from outside the box, wasn't it?
Sure, yeah.
A crazy finish.
It deflected in.
Okay, yeah, fine. But I'm saying the trajectory of it was great.
Okay.
As for the red card, but Madrid have been so immature this season as well. Losing Xabi Alonso the way they did because they weren't happy, downing tools, and now they're behaving so, this is a disgrace over Real Madrid this season.
I'd point out that Arda Güler also got a red card after full time in this game.
Yeah.
When they played Benfica in the league stage of the campaign, Benfica scored a last minute winner by the keeper. The reason that keeper scored is because they had 2 red cards as well in that game. They were very ill-tempered and ill-disciplined in that game. So it just carries over that these guys, they behave like divas. They just get whatever they want. So, they behave in a poor way.
I don't know if I would count it as inexperienced, but I just think they're also spoilt. Yeah.
Spoilt is not inexperienced, it's just spoilt.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Well, there is things you need to just be more disciplined. You need a manager to instill that discipline. Ancelotti was not that manager. Ancelotti is the guy who'll let you do what you want to do. He'll keep you happy so that you perform on the pitch. They need somebody who will whip them into shape. Somebody who they respect.
Yeah.
Now Madrid are pushing for an equalizer, and ironically they get caught on the counter when Kane plays in Olise and he scores a magnificent curler to seal it. 4-3 to Bayern.
6-3, 6-4 on aggregate. That was a great goal as well. That was in the 90.
It was the last kick of the game.
94th added minute. It was a great finish as well, because when Kane puts him through, it's just so much open space as well, so much room to run in. The finish is great. It's with his left foot, and he puts it post in. Mamardashvili has absolutely nothing he could do to save that.
Yeah, probably not, because Mamardashvili.
Sorry, not Mamardashvili. Sorry. I'm thinking about Mamardashvili. My bad. Who is the goalkeeper there?
Lunin.
So where was Courtois? Sorry,
he's injured.
He's injured, right? My bad.
So despite what I said earlier about disliking it, sitting deep and countering was probably Arbeloa's best option because that plays to the strengths of the players available to him. You could argue that he's a young, inexperienced manager. Perhaps he doesn't know how to coach a different type of system. So this is kind of what you were saying earlier, right?
Yeah.
Now, I still don't think Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich are all that. Real Madrid have been poor in the Champions League this season and still gave them a tough game. I think PSG absolutely blow this Bayern team away. My opinion.
Fair enough. I do think that's on the cards as well. If that were to happen, I wouldn't be surprised. But I just think the way Kompany's been playing, not just recently in the Champions League, but throughout the whole Champions League season, he's been very good. So I wouldn't be surprised if they lost, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they won either. It's going to be a great game.
I saw them lose to Arsenal.
Okay.
So
I saw Chelsea beat PSG.
All right, but I'm just saying, what, in the Club World Cup?
Yeah.
Who cares about the Club World Cup?
God.
This guy. I see there's the Club World Cup enthusiast.
Oh my gosh, bruh.
The Club World Cup lover.
Enzo Maresca.
Okay.
Ever heard about him?
I don't care about the Club World Cup. Sorry, I just don't. I don't. Anyway, let's get into the miscellaneous section. We have Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 2. Atletico Madrid go through 3-2 on aggregate. So I only watched the highlights of this match, so I can't really speak about the patterns of play. And yeah, so you want to mention anything here?
So for the first goal, Yamal got slipped through, and it was a mistake from Atletico at the back where it was just 1-2, and Yamal is through, and then he puts it past the goalkeeper there. It was a great finish. The second one, I can't remember it, but I could only watch the goals on the channel that was showing the other game, and then they were showing the highlights of the Barca goals. So I didn't see the actual game, but I just saw some of the goals.
So you also just watched highlights. Yeah. Fair enough. I just wanted to say, apparently before the game, Yamal made some derogatory comments towards Diego Simeone. Now, I don't know what he said exactly, but
see that now.
I'm not here to engage in gossip and, he said, she said. I'm here to analyze football. So those comments have nothing to do with the match. So I just wanted to bring them up to let people know I'm aware of it, but I don't care what he said. Okay. I'm just here to speak about the football. And in terms of football, that slip in where he finished off quite well, incredible goal. He also did a really good Trivela pass that I think almost, what did he do? He messed it up.
Look, he's a fantastic player, but won't pump Barca out of the Champions League now. It's Atletico Madrid facing Arsenal in the semi-final, which is going to be another crazy game. I think.
Okay, well, we didn't talk about the second goal.
Oh, okay.
Ferran Torres scored a curler.
Yeah. Oh, right. I remember this one. This was in the same half.
Yes.
And it was like it was a great goal. It was a great finish. I remember seeing the finish. It was really, really good.
Yes, I thought so as well.
Yeah.
Really nothing to talk about.
And this puts them 2-2 on aggregate before half-time.
Yeah, before half-time you think, okay, Barcelona are just going to run away with it now. Yeah. It's but then they get caught in the counter and Ademola Lookman scores. He was a terrific signing, I thought, in January. So, yeah, he's stepped up since he signed and, this is pretty good.
What do you think about Simeone as a manager?
I don't want to use the word fraud.
Okay.
But he's very annoying.
Okay.
He's a fake hard man.
Okay. Okay.
He likes to pretend like he's this, like, down in the mud scumbag. But, like, the Liverpool fans were laughing at him and he went and complained to the ref. He's a baby. The second thing is I don't like defensive football.
Okay.
The same reason I don't like Arteta is the same reason I don't like Simeone. He plays negative anti-football, which, I mentioned in the Real Madrid segment, I prefer attacking front foot football. I believe if you're a big team and you have the best players, you should be going for it. Maybe you don't have the best players in every position, but you're coached well, you're conditioned well. That's what I think every team should be aiming for. But 3-2 on aggregate. Anything else do you want to say? Atletico
in a Champions League semi-final. Did you have that on your bingo card?
No. Not at all.
That's they're dark horses, I would say, for me at least.
To win it?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
If they beat Arsenal,
I think Arsenal are going through.
To a final?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We live in a reality like that now. Arsenal are going to a Champions League final.
I think Arsenal are just too good defensively for Atletico. And, like corners and set pieces, Arsenal can do real damage to Madrid. Atletico Madrid don't have like a surefire way to score against Arsenal, I don't think.
Okay.
But
I think Atletico to a
that being said, I'm very happy if that turns out to be wrong. That's just prediction, and predictions can be wrong.
Fair enough.
Obviously. Speaking of which, do you want to move on to the Arsenal match?
No.
Yes.
Arsenal versus Sporting.
Arsenal 0, Sporting 0. Arsenal go through 1-0 on aggregate. Again, I watched the highlights and I only have two things to say about this game because you can't get a sense of patterns of play from highlights, and there were no goals to speak about. But number one, Arsenal had more clear-cut chances, so I think they deserve to go through because they, created more chances. I know that's not how you... Like, scoring is what wins you the game, but the fact that they had so many chances makes me feel like the better team won.
They were gonna, okay.
Number two, anyway. Congratulations to them on making the semis for the second time in 2 years. Hopefully for them, they can take it a step further this year and reach the final. But, there's a lot of people rooting against them.
As a Man United fan, I am rooting against them too.
I don't know why, but people really hate Arsenal. Like,
it's not so much Arsenal, it's more like the Arsenal fan base. They're just so toxic.
For me, I don't care about the Arsenal fans. I don't like Arteta and his style of play. That's it. I have no ill will towards Arsenal, the club.
The haram football.
Yes, Arteta and his horrible football is what's turning me off. In the same way I don't like Simeone. But yeah, that we already said that. Any other points you want to make?
I think in the first half, Sporting played... in the first leg, Sporting played really well in Portugal. And
Did you watch it?
I watched some of the highlights of it, and they played really well. The only problem was they couldn't finish. But they had that diamond of Trincao up front with their striker, and then it was just a really nice formation that they were playing, and they didn't even get a goal. So this Arsenal defense has... If they do go on to win trophies, it'll be because of this defense, and we've been saying that the whole season. Yeah.
True. I can't remember. Maybe it was Ferguson who said... attack wins your game, defense is win your titles.
He did.
Yeah. That being said, if Arsenal bottled the title, they're disproving Ferguson. All right. Do you have any other stories from the world of sports you want to bring up, or anything before we end off this?
If we had to talk about any other game during the week that happened, we talk about the fact that we lost on Monday.
We literally spoke about that in the previous episode.
So yeah, that's about it from me. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm happy to say United lost.
Yeah, okay, we lost. We're gonna go to the bridge soon, and we're gonna turn them over.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, give a like, etc. Importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review. You can find all our links at pdfootball.com. That's the letter P, the letter D, football.com. Please tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, tell a family member. Yeah, goodbye.
Farewell.